Wow. 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 What did I just witness? What type of football game did I just watch? I mean, seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, what did I just watch? Was I losing my mind out there? Was I seeing things? Or did I just witness another miracle happen in front of my very eyes? I want to shed a tear right now, but I can't do that. Because words cannot describe how proud I am in this football team. I mean, on a serious note, I'm beyond proud. With the fight, the resiliency, and the mentality of this football team. They say they want to go out there and give it everything that they got. That just shows that they don't quit. They never pout. They don't give up on each other. They just find ways to win football games. Playing their style of football. Playing with that fighting spirit. And playing with care. They play with passion. They play with energy. They put in every single element of effort to go out there and win the game. You never know what you're going to get out of this game. Football is just such a long, tedious sport. 60 minutes of football that can either go one way or the other. And a game where it just does not go your way. On paper, it may seem like it can go your way. But on the other hand, it may not. And that's what we got out of it today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Jerry 8. Back in the studio after a long day filled with crazy emotions. A long day with tensions rising high. A day of stress flowing everywhere around me. And now it's all down the drain, and now we can talk about this. No need for asking questions. I'll summarize the game, and I'll give out my thoughts. Obviously, coming into the game, we had a lot at stake. Keeping the hopes of winning the NFC East alive, but keeping our hopes of making the playoffs alive as well. We all knew coming into the game, we're going to play a really good football team. I mean, Philadelphia, you can't go wrong with them. 10 straight wins with the amount of talent that they have on their team is something you couldn't ask for more of. You just gotta admire Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. That duo is a threat in the NFC playoff picture. These guys can dominate you in the run game. But it's not just the duo that can get you in so many ways. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, John Dotson. Those three receivers cannot route you. But today, one thing totally changed the tonality of the game, the complexion, and the outcome. Jalen Hurts obviously going down with injury. On a serious note, hopefully he recovers well and he gets ready for his next matchup next week. They put in their backup, and that defense went out there after a horrendous first half and figured them out. They hold down the Eagles' offense to 12 points in the second half. And that just gave our offense the ability to go out there and do their job and figuring out a way to come back. And it just shows how proud I am of this team. I mean, words cannot describe how poised they are to go out there and figure out a way to win. Because no matter how many mistakes they made out there, especially with the 5 turnovers, they just figured out a way to win in a matter of time. The defense today stood up tall and gave that offense every single opportunity to make something happen, and they did just that. Speaking of the offense, let's talk about the 5 turnovers. Obviously, Brian Robinson, it was totally not his day. He had 2 fumbles, which totally screwed us over in the first half. And then, of course, you have another fumble heading into the third quarter. I think it was Zacchaeus, I don't know. But he also had a drop pass, which was totally unfortunate, or 2. Jane Daniels throwing 2 interceptions. Terribly unfortunate for him. But in spite of that, he stood composed in the pocket and threw not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns to win the game. This kid is just unbelievable of a player. He is on the verge of potentially winning Rookie of the Year. Based on the way he's been playing, with the amount of adversity this kid has overcome, with the amount of support and talent he's got leading this offense, it just impresses me a lot to see this kid learn and grow with the veterans he has and the dynamic talent in wide receivers he's got. Shout out to Scary Terry. Shout out to Zacchaeus. Shout out to De'Ami Brown. And then, of course, I want to give a special shout out to the offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, who had a messy first half in the beginning, but as the game went on, the game plan for the second half, coming out of halftime, totally changed the momentum moving forward. I mean, you got to give props to Philadelphia for making it a close game. They made it hard for our offense to go out there and put points on the board. But obviously, we all knew going into halftime that we're going to have to do something to stop the run game. Switching back to the defense, they figured out the Eagles' offense really well. Once Jalen Hurts went down, they went out there and figured out their offense, which was stopping the run. And as a result, they were able to force the Eagles off the field, not giving up a single touchdown going into the second half, or heading towards the fourth quarter. I mean, honestly, guys, this was probably 10 times better than the first Maryland Miracle. I mean, going back to the first Maryland Miracle against Chicago, it was on a Hail Mary. And it just required a lot of luck. But in this game, you had to work hard for it. You didn't have to just go out there and get the win by doing absolutely nothing. No. You had to go out there, work for it, to earn it. And these guys, they were scrappy out there. In spite of all the mistakes that they made, they just figured out a way to win. And I was just blown away with the amount of adversity they had to overcome throughout the entire game. The amount of stress put on their shoulders, their backs against the wall with 2 minutes to go, and they just figured out a way to win in that matter of time. Just impresses me so much that I truly believe that they can go out there and do even greater things moving forward. But I just hope that we continue moving forward with that same energy going into Sunday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons in our home finale on Sunday night. This journey in Washington has been such an incredible journey. I'm beyond impressed with their ability to not quit, their ability to stay in the fight, and with the amount of love and respect that they have for each other, just shows that we have a great locker room. Our locker room is beyond amazing. And it just, they just have that kind of support for one another, which just tells me that they don't give up for each other. They really care about winning the game, and they want to win. They really want to win. Before I wrap this up, I want to conclude by saying these words. All glory goes to God today. Without Him, I didn't think that this comeback would happen today, but all glory God. All praise to the Most High. And we want to thank Him for blessing this team to go out there and get this victory in a time span of 60 minutes. And He was here all game. I can feel Him throughout the entire game. And we were just honored to go out there and impress our fans in our home field and deliver this victory in a span of 60 minutes of high-level football. But we kept it simple. We don't like overcomplicating things. We stick to the fundamentals of football. Even though the penalties did kind of hold us back, we moved on. They were not that big of a deal going into the fourth quarter, because when we needed to put up points on the board, when we needed to make plays out there, we did it. We made it all happen. And then the last 2 minutes, we got the job done. Hopefully, we can continue to carry that momentum going into Sunday Night Football against the Falcons. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all watching this reaction video. It's been a long, stressful day. And before I go, I'd like to give a special shout out to Like Glitchy 4. He was with me today at yet another watch party today, in person, at yet another sports bar, but not in Columbia, Maryland. It was at his local shopping mall in Virginia. And yeah, that crowd in the watch party we went to was just spot on. It was just a great atmosphere. They were all excited about the win, and they're even more excited that they're going to see some even greater football heading into next week. Week 17, don't matter most. But shout out to him. A live reaction video will soon be posted into this channel. And with that being said, guys, appreciate you stopping by, watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. With that being said, go Commanders / Redskins. That's all I gotta say. Let's get it.